2021 NFL Draft has the potential to be one of the greatest drafts of all time. Star quarterbacks left and right, a generational tight end, and an insanely deep group of wide receivers. Not to mention some of the craziest defensive players we've seen in quite some time. But what if they were all put on one team? Would this team win a Super Bowl this year? How many would they win in 3 years? That's what I'm going to test today in Madden 23. So we have put together the 2021 NFL Draft. Basically the first round onto one team. Thought it'd be kind of unfair to take the later guys, even though there's some studs, Creed Humphrey, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just to name a few right there. But I put them on the Jacksonville Jaguars just because Trevor Lawrence was the #1 overall pick. So we're just going to assume they needed the most help this year. So we're going to throw them on the same team. Taking a look at the offense first, obviously we have Trevor Lawrence. We have Najee Harris from the Steelers. The receiving corps is probably my favorite portion of the team. We have Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Waddle, all three pretty much almost consecutive picks. We had Jamar and Jalen go 5 and 6, and Devontae was 10th to the Eagles. We have Kyle Pitts, Penei Sewell, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Rashawn Slater. There were no guards or centers taken in the first round. I was gonna take Creed Humphrey, but I think that was kind of cheating. I kind of wanted to stick to the first round because I feel like if I took all the good players from this draft, I would win a Super Bowl without a doubt. We're missing guys like Landon Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know we're missing Hufanga at safety for the 49ers. But so far, the offense is just absolutely stacked. I think they're going to be incredible. When you at the end of this, we have 5 guys with superstar X Factor, just because that's how good and how much potential a lot of these guys have. Going over to the defense side of the ball is almost as fun. The obvious standouts are going to be Michael Parsons and Patrick Surtain. But we also have Odafe Oweh, one of my favorite picks from the draft. I think he's an absolute stud for the Ravens. We have Zaven Collins, Jalen Phillips, and Jamin Davis. I'm actually going to throw him in at our second middle linebacker. In the front, we have Kwity Paye and Gregory Rousseau. I'm going to kick those guys on the inside, and then we are going to have Micah and Jalen on the outside. I'll probably throw Odafe actually in the middle too, with probably Gregory Rousseau. We also have J.C. Horn and Caleb Farley in the corner spots. I think those guys are incredible. I think they have a ton of potential. Both have been kind of banged up to the start of their career. And then for special teams, we didn't get anybody because I think the only guys drafted were Harvey Presley from the Steelers at punter and Evan McPherson from kicker. Those guys obviously later, not first round guys, so we're not too worried about that. But this team is stacked. I have high potential. If we don't win, I'm gonna say 2 Super Bowls. I'll be surprised. But let's hop into it. Let's see how we're doing. We're in the AFC South. I think that is going to give us a leg up because they're not that good. Well, let's sim halfway through, see how we're doing so far. So far, we are 3 and 4. What is going on with this team so far? We're gonna look at some of the games just to see what the hell's been happening with us. We lost to the Commanders. We stomped the Colts. Almost got shit out by the Chargers. And we're on a bad skid right now. This is not good at all. They really got to turn it around. Trevor Lawrence is off to a decent start. I mean, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions looks hot. I mean, the passing attack is disgusting. We almost have 4 guys with 400 yards. That's insane. Defensively, Zaven Collins leading the team in tackles. Got Gregory Rousseau leading in sacks. That's not too shabby. Then Zaven Collins also leading in interceptions, so he's stepping it up for the team. So yeah, I don't know what's really up with the team. Hopefully they can turn it around by the end of the season. We got to make the playoffs in the first season. I'm gonna be upset if they don't win 2 Super Bowls. And we end up making the playoffs. What a bounce back! 10 and 7 to end the season. We're facing off against Cincinnati Bengals in the wild card, but before we do that, gotta check out the stats. Trevor Lawrence having a pretty solid year. 36 touchdowns, 13 interception yards are meh. Najee Harris having a hell of a good season. 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts is being that generational guy we think he is. 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns from a tight end. No other receiver over 1,000, but Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase were close. Jalen Waddle was 150 yards away from 1,000, and he had 11 touchdowns. That is crazy. Jamin Davis actually overtakes Zaven Collins and leads the team in tackles. Gregory Rousseau has 17 sacks, Micah with 14, an insane duo right there. And Patrick Surtain ends the year with 3 interceptions, leading the team. This is what we like to see. We were 3rd in total yards gained. That's great. And we're third lowest in total yards allowed. Let's go. That's really good. Top 3 in both of those stats. That'll get it done. We are the 4 seed, so at least we won the division. That looks great. The Bengals are not the easiest draw, so let's hopefully get past them. Don't worry about next round. And we stomped the Cincinnati Bengals 45-21. That's crazy. Trevor Lawrence have a day, young fella. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Joe Burrow did not play too hot. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Najee Harris went off to 123 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith. Everybody, almost everybody had a touchdown except for Jalen Waddle, poor guy, but the team stepped up. We are facing the Cleveland Browns in round 2. Let's beat them. And we win 31-28, a close one, but a W. Trevor Lawrence, again, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. This guy's balling out in the playoffs. Najee Harris adds another touchdown. Jamar Chase, 123 yards. Let's go. Keep up the pace. And the best news so far, the Chiefs lost to the Raiders in an upset. We are going to be hosting a home AFC championship. Let's beat the Raiders and go on to the Super Bowl. And we are headed to the Super Bowl in year 1. We beat the Raiders. We are facing off against the Eagles. But first, we got to see who played well in the AFC Championship. Trevor Lawrence is putting on a godlike run right here. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, over 300 yards. Matt Collins had 181 yards and a touchdown for him. They were airing the ball out. That's crazy, but we are headed to the Super Bowl in year 1. You know we gotta watch it, so strap in. Let's watch the Super Bowl. Here we go, facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. Not gonna be an easy one, but I think we can do it. This team is stacked. They should be able to handle the competition. After a hot start, getting us out to a 24-10 lead, we see Jalen Hurts getting pressured. I mean, this defensive line is absolutely unreal. They keep sacking him. And after a really nice screenplay, I kind of thought they might have some potential, but they get stopped, and on 4th and 1, they go for it, and he gets absolutely lit up in the backfield by J.C. Horn, and then the Eagles kind of just have to try to do what they can. But even then, it wasn't quite enough. They keep driving down the field, and Jalen Hurts ended up scoring a touchdown, making it a 1-possession game, but Najee Harris would not be stopped as he ends up picking us the first down and leading us to the win. And just like that, the first year of the simulation, we win the Super Bowl. Not shocking at all. We have a great team, so I want 2 more. I think in 3 years of a simulation, I think we can win the Super Bowl every single year. Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 288 yards. Najee Harris with only 48 yards and a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence is our MVP. We did not have anybody who won an award, which is a little surprising to me and a little upsetting. Hopefully next year that kind of changes our fortune. Let's hop into 2023. We're here in 2023, taking a look at the roster real quick, just check overall, see if anybody else is X Factor. Not yet. Looks like it is still just basically the same squad. Gregory Rousseau all the way up to Superstar, but besides that, looks like it's the same squad. We are just going to go straight to the playoffs because, again, we've won a Super Bowl. Mid-season stats don't impress me. We want to see the ring. And we went 14-3. That is perfect. This is exactly what I was expecting from this team. Just from what I can see there, we won 58-17 in week 18. That is awesome. Trevor Lawrence, 41-14, could be an MVP. Najee Harris had 20 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. The receiving weapons went off this year. 2 receivers over 1,000 yards. Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith had a down year, but Devonta Smith had 9 touchdowns. I mean, Jalen Waddle might win Offensive Player of the Year. 12 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. That's crazy. Gregory Rousseau with 13 sacks. Michael Parsons with 13.5. The team is insane. This is kind of what I thought would happen with the team, but super pumped to see it work out this way. This is exactly what I was expecting. We are the 2 seed. We're facing off against the Chargers in the wild card. Let's get after it. And we lost to the Chargers. Oh no! We turned back to the Jags. Justin Herbert had a hell of a game. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. When Trevor Lawrence throws 3 interceptions, you're probably going to lose that game in the playoffs. That is very disappointing though, so we're going to send him to the Super Bowl. See if we picked up any awards this year. Hopefully we did. And at the end of the season, the only award that we won was Coach of the Year, which is fine, I guess. I just kind of thought that maybe Trevor Lawrence could be in the running for MVP. Apparently not. But that is it with 2023. Let's get into the last year of the simulation. Kind of make or break. I want 2 Super Bowls. I feel like that is the least you can ask. This team is absolutely stacked and they should be positioned for it. So let's see what happens. Oh my god, last check on the rosters and it's almost as I predicted. We've got Najee Harris, we've got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and Kyle Pitts are all X factors. I'm kind of shocked Trevor Lawrence isn't there. I guess he doesn't have that incredible year yet. Defensively, we've got 3 now, so that's really good. It's kind of what I expected, honestly. This team is absolutely stacked. Anything less than the Super Bowl in this last year is disappointing. And you take a look at it right there. We went 15-2. Let's go. We're the #1 seed in the AFC. Let's check out the stats real quick. Trevor Lawrence should be the MVP. If not, I'm shocked. 54 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,500 yards. Najee Harris had himself a year. Jamar Chase, 17 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Jalen Waddle, 9 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Devonta Smith and Kyle Pitts have over 10 touchdowns, respectively, and over 800 yards. Michael Parsons turns into the freak of himself, 22 sacks. He's probably going to win DPOY, but none of it matters if we don't win the Super Bowl. We're facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals, the 6th seed. We should be able to handle them, but they were the first team we beat in our mini dynasty here, so they're going to be looking for blood. And they get their revenge. We lose 30-21. We just couldn't get it done. Trevor Lawrence still has an incredible game. I really don't know how we ended up losing that game. Evan McPherson had 3 field goals for him. I guess that's the difference, but we win 1 Super Bowl in 3 years with the 2021 NFL draft. I honestly thought they'd be a little bit better, but you know, it's the NFL. It's the toughest league in sports. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. I hope you guys enjoyed, but until next time, peace out and stay safe.